Hey everyone, welcome to our video series, Canal Days, and thanks for joining us for today's episode of the parks within South Hadley, Massachusetts. I'm your host Carrie, here with my co-host Robert Camus, local historian and founder of Historical Tours of Greater Holyoke. As your personal tour guide, Robert will lead you through some of the most iconic sites and their legends of historic significance throughout New England's preeminent and pivotal state of Massachusetts. With his expert insights, every monument and memorial story comes to life. Afterwards, don't forget to check out his website, holyokecanaltour.org, to access the full Canal Days video and podcast series. Also, check out his free in-person public tours he offers throughout Western Mass and the 2025 schedule for these special events. You can also book personalized private tours for groups of all sizes tailored to your interests. To discover that and much more, remember to log on to holyokecanaltour.org. So, Robert, how many parks together are there within South Hadley, and why so many?
Oh, I would bet there's, if we count all the different kinds, maybe about 12 parks in South Hadley. There's parks or playgrounds around each of the schools that are still there, with recreation athletic areas. There's the beach ground with side park, but you also have the parklands that cover all the Mount Holyoke range. And a lot of those are owned privately or by the state. And then you have parks or reformer school like the Cool Street Park. And then you have smaller parks. You also have one here at the library called Library Park, but then you have one owned by Holyoke Gas and Electric, which is called the Riverside Park of South Hadley. So there's quite a few of them. And some of them are quite popular, like this one. Some of them are, even though they're big, they're not as many people in it, like the Mount Holyoke Range one.
And describe how you would characterize these parks together as a whole.
I would say that, in general, there's the ones that offer athletic fields or playgrounds, but then there's the ones that are more set aside for nature and scenic value, including the one that is up Canal Street that's an outlook on the Connecticut River. And that's called Bicentennial Park. Then you have the whole Mount Holyoke Range for nature. Now all these don't count the conservation areas also, which are quite nice. So you have quite a few beautiful parks around, and I have them listed on my webpage for you. So we're going to go see one of them and talk about the properties of all of them together. You can hear the roar of the Connecticut River. We're going to go into Riverside Park, and you get a hint of it's there by all that noise, but you can also see it through the fence. And we're going to go down as close as possible. Now this park was given to South Hadley by Holyoke Gas and Electric. They might still own it, but it was a gift to South Hadley. When they took down the former Texon Mill, they told South Hadley they would leave in its place a park. It's right alongside the South Hadley Public Library, and that's the best way to get into it. Now the other parks around town, beach grounds, a lot of athletic baseball fields, basketball fields. The Buttery Brook Park is a recreation park. It has pickleball courts nowadays, but in the past it had tennis courts and pool. And a lot of people go there because they have a lot of town activities there, like car shows, for instance. Then you have the Fred Smith Park down in that corner. So you have an eclectic bunch of parks around this area. You can group them by some for schools, group others, some for families, like beach grounds and Buttery Brook Park, some for nature, like I told you, and this one, like you can guess, is for nature. If you take the middle park of the three, called the Texon Park, there's also the lower Riverside Park and the Gatehouse Park up. But if you take the middle one and then take the road down to the river, you get the best scenic value of all. And this is also a historic area. And there are some quaint other parks, like the Crew Park. There's also a park now on Route 47, Hadley Street, called the Town Athletic Fields in the Town Farm. Right, so there's quite a few for a small place like South Hadley, and about 50% of South Hadley is open space. That means if you add up all the conservation land, public parks, the Mount Holyoke Range, and one big conservation area they just got, the Buttery Brook Conservation Area, add them all up, you're at 50% of the geographic area of South Hadley is open. And that's also true in Holyoke and Chicopee. It's only 5%. I would bet in Springfield they have more because they have a big park called Forest Park. So every town is different depending upon how it was constructed. And parks got very popular around the 1880s. Playgrounds got very popular around the 19-teens. Conservation's got more popular around the 1980s. Now what a view here, huh? They have benches for you and a great scenic view. And the water is really churning today because of all the rain in the last 5 days. The Shad Derby's going on the South Hadley Vietnam Veterans Bridge. During the summer, these flowers would change into wildflowers, and you get a nice wildflower look to this park. So I've told you about many uses of these parks. And there's also the category of conservation lands, which are very close in design and usage. So the best thing you can do is get out there and experience all these parks, find out what they have, whether you just want to walk around, or if you want to bring your kids. The Buttery Brook Park is very popular for that. But if you want to play baseball, a lot of parks, especially around a lot of the schools, are good for that. So I end off here for you with a panoramic.